Canelo Alvarez turned down $40 million and Undisputed to fight Demetrius Andrade. And he did it again for Caleb Plant. Let's talk.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you here, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get prepared to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
So at this point, I'm looking at Canelo Alvarez like, what do you want? Like, what is it that you want in order to make the best fights happen? Because you were guaranteed $40 million, which is a career high payday, in one fight against Caleb Plant. But that ain't the first time that you turned that down. You was guaranteed $40 million and Undisputed in 2019 against Demetrius Andrade, and you turned that down. And fought Sergey Kovalev for half of that. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? I sit here and I try to put in my mind what it is that Canelo wants to do. You tell the world you want Undisputed. You fight on DAZN. Demetrius Andrade fights on DAZN. They offer you one fight, not a fight in a rematch, not one fight, $40 million and Undisputed. Because you said that's what you wanted, so they gave it to you, and they gave it to you at your highest purse against a boring fighter. That's what you claim. Demetrius Andrade is boring. You claim Demetrius Andrade just wants a payday. But you were offered your career high payday and turned it down and fought Kovalev. That's a fact. $40 million to beat up a bum for Undisputed. And then you fight Sergey Kovalev for what reason? So are we saying that being a 3-division champion is better than being an undisputed champion? In all honesty, you could have been both. But you turned down Undisputed and $40 million for Kovalev. Now, I can see if you stayed at 175 and kept the WBO belt, but you vacated it. You vacated the WBO belt, and now what you're doing is you're trying to fight Dimitri Bivol for the WBA belt at 175 after vacating the WBO belt. I'm confused. And people get caught in this, oh man, Canelo's a bad man. Listen, bro, I'll tell you what. I truly believe Canelo Alvarez will fight one of the champions at cruiserweight if they're a fucking bum. If he can look at them and be like, all right, well, you know what? This guy's been beat to shit. He's kind of washed. You know, he's past it. He's getting hit way more than normal. He, you know what? But he's got a belt. He got the IBF belt. So let me go up there and get that one. So I can say I'm a 4 division champion. Oh, you know, Murray Breedis. You know, he's been getting the shit beat out of him. All right, look, now, you see that? Y'all see that? He's slowing down. Eddie, you see that? He's slowing down. His footwork ain't the same. Look how he's punching. He's slow. You see that? Okay, it's the right time. It's the right time for me to go up there and get that belt. Do you know who else said that? Anthony Joshua. Or did y'all forget that he said he'll fight Deontay Wilder when he's in a position to win? Age doesn't matter. It's just about putting a name on his resume. Did y'all forget that? Of course y'all didn't, but you're going to act like you did. You'll act like you did, but y'all didn't forget that. You didn't forget that Anthony Joshua said that. But Canelo Alvarez is doing it. Blatantly doing it. And no one is saying a word. No one is saying a word. As a matter of fact, they're condoning it. They're saying, oh man, listen, Canelo Alvarez, man, this guy, he's one of the greats. He's one of the best. He's the best Mexican fighter ever to fight. This man is doing things that people haven't done before. This is like the what he's doing in the sport of boxing, legendary. You know, he's holding it down on his back and blah, blah, blah. He's the face of boxing. All this other weird ass shit that niggas will say. And none of it's true. None of it's true. Canelo Alvarez is talking about fighting Errol Spence. A guy at 147. He's talking about having a 147 guy move up to 160 to fight him. He is saying I'll fight Conor McGregor. Did we forget about that? Jake Paul talking about he'll fight Canelo Alvarez. I didn't see Canelo Alvarez turning that down. Maybe he did. I didn't see it. Didn't see anything. I never seen Canelo Alvarez say, I'll never fight Jake Paul. Maybe he did. I never seen it. But I did see Jake Paul say, I want to fight Canelo. Eventually, that's the fight I'm looking forward to. I'm a big guy, cruiserweight. I'll have to trim some weight or whatever the fucking case may be. But nothing. None at all. And why would he fight Errol Spence? Why fight Errol Spence and not Demetrius Andrade? Why fight Errol Spence and not Jamal Charlo? But I'm not even talking about Charlo. This is more about Demetrius Andrade. You're willing to fight Errol Spence, but you're not willing to fight Demetrius Andrade. Oh, well, come on, BF. Errol Spence is the money man, though. Canelo Alvarez knows he's going to make all this money fight Errol Spence. He's going to make a lot of money. That's a big fight. It's a huge fight. It's a fan favorite fight. Everybody wants to see that fight. This is EJ we talk about. This is Mr. Man Down. Of course, everybody wants to see that fight. That's Errol's, but he's at 147. Now he'll be moving up. That fight will be big. It is very big. Errol Spence is the money man. But what's the difference of Anthony Joshua turning down $50 million and Canelo Alvarez turning down $40 million? What's the difference? Anthony Joshua turned down $50 million for Undisputed. People just blow by that and make all the excuses in the world. Canelo Alvarez turned down $40 million for Undisputed. No one says a word. They just brushed it off. This happened in 2019. The only reason why it's resurfacing is because he turned down the exact same amount with Caleb Plant. Now they say, oh, well, you know, this Caleb Plant fight might happen again. It's not dead in the water. What? It should have never been dead in the water. It should have never been dead in the water. Never. Never. For anybody saying, oh, this is Canelo Alvarez, though, you gotta give into all of his terms. Caleb Plant did. The fight is between Canelo and Caleb Plant. It's not between Canelo and anybody else or Caleb Plant and anybody else. It's Canelo and Caleb Plant. So if Canelo gets hurt, injured, whatever the case may be, COVID, then the fight gets postponed. If Caleb Plant gets hurt, injured, whatever, then that fight gets postponed. Canelo Alvarez, you have a one-fight deal with Caleb Plant. You don't have a one-fight deal with PBC. You have a 1-fight deal for Caleb Plant. That's it. So if Caleb Plant gets injured, hurt, COVID, whatever the case may be, your fight deal is still with Caleb Plant. It is not with PBC. So you just move it until next May. You had John Ryder on deck if Billy Ho Saunders pulled out. You had John Ryder on deck. Facts. So since you had John Ryder on deck, you mean to tell me you can't have somebody else on deck if something happened with Caleb Plant? I'm confused. Bro, just put somebody on deck. Now, you're not going to get the same amount of bread because it ain't Caleb Plant and it ain't Undisputed. And you shouldn't be expecting the same amount of bread because it ain't Caleb Plant and it ain't Undisputed. But your fight date can still be locked in. Your opponent, if Caleb Plant gets hurt, injured, or whatever, is still locked in. Putting that in the contract at the last minute that, oh, well, if Caleb Plant can't, if he falls out, then, you know, I got to get my bread. I got to get my money. But you turned down $40 million for Demetrius Andrade. But you need to get your money now. Both of y'all are on the zone. Both y'all were on the zone at the time. But you need to get your money now. But you didn't need it then. So you need it now, but you don't need it then. You didn't need it then. Then was different. But now is this. You were under golden bitch at that time. But you didn't need it then, but you need it now. You need it now when it comes to Caleb Plant, but you didn't need it then when it came to Demetrius Andrade. What's the difference? What's the difference? $40 million is what you were offered, and $40 million is what you turned down twice. Twice. For what you claimed you wanted. They gave you your biggest purse. What happened to all this biggest purse talk when it comes to all the fighters that y'all don't like? He got his biggest purse for Undisputed and he turned it down. But let me guess, that's different. BFTB. Shout out to the LDBC. And I'm out.